One evening, as Hermione and Ron explored the hidden chamber they had discovered in the library, Hermione noticed something new, a small golden hourglass sitting on an old wooden table. "This looks just like a time turner," she whispered, eyes wide with excitement. Ron raised an eyebrow. "Wait, didn't you say those things can send people back in time?" Hermione's heart raced as she nodded, recalling how the time turner had once helped her attend multiple classes at once. "Exactly! Just think of all the adventures we could have!" Ron's face lit up with excitement despite a touch of apprehension. "But what if we mess something up? Time travel is serious business." Hermione smiled reassuringly, her confidence shining through. "We would just have to be careful and stick to the plan." Ron still looked uncertain, running a hand through his hair. "All right, but if we end up in a dragon's den or something, I'm blaming you." With a flick of her wand, Hermione activated the time turner, causing the room to fill with a shimmering light. "Here goes nothing!" she exclaimed as the ancient chamber began to swirl around them. Ron closed his eyes tightly, hoping for the best. As the light faded, Hermione and Ron found themselves standing in the courtyard of an older Hogwarts where students dressed in robes reminiscent of the past wandered by. The air was filled with the scent of freshly baked bread from a nearby vendor, transporting them to another world. "Ron, we really did travel back in time," Hermione said breathlessly, her voice barely above a whisper. Just then, a tall wizard approached them, curiosity dancing in his eyes. "Students, you are not from this time. How did you come to be here?" he inquired, a hint of intrigue in his tone. Taking a deep breath, Hermione stepped forward, ready to explain their unforeseen journey. "We found a time turner in the library and—" she began, but Ron interrupted her, his eyes darting around. "Wait, what if we change something important?" he whispered, panic creeping into his voice. Hermione shot Ron a reassuring smile. "We just need to be cautious and not draw too much attention to ourselves," she whispered back, focusing on the wizard. The tall wizard raised an eyebrow, intrigued by their conversation. "Time travel is a delicate matter, my young friends. You must tread carefully." "What happens if we mess it up?" Ron asked, worry etched on his face. The wizard leaned closer, his voice low and serious. "The timeline could unravel, leading to unforeseen consequences that may change history forever. You must return to your own time before it's too late." Feeling the weight of responsibility, Hermione nodded firmly. "We have to find a way back," she declared, energized by the challenge. Ron swallowed hard, glancing at the bustling students around them. "But how do we activate the time turner again?" he asked, worry lacing his tone. The wizard spread out a magically enhanced map before them. "Follow this route to reach the Forbidden Forest," he instructed. "Legend says there lies an ancient portal that might help return you to your time." Hermione studied the map closely, her mind racing with possibilities. "There it is!" Hermione exclaimed, excitement bubbling within her. "We can reach the Forbidden Forest, but we have to hurry." The wizard nodded solemnly, his eyes glimmering with wisdom. "Remember, time is of the essence. Venture quickly and do not attract unnecessary attention." With the map clutched tightly, Ron and Hermione dashed through the castle's winding halls. "We can't waste a moment," Ron urged, glancing back at the distant flicker of torches. As they burst outside, the towering trees of the Forbidden Forest seemed to beckon them, cloaked in mystery and adventure. Entering the forest, a shiver ran down their spines. "What if we encounter magical creatures?" Hermione whispered, her voice barely audible amidst the rustling leaves. Ron shrugged, trying to appear confident. "We'll face whatever comes our way," he replied, though doubt lingered in his eyes. Startled by the noise, Ron stepped back, his heart racing. "Did you hear that?" he gasped, gripping his wand tightly. Hermione, focused and alert, raised her wand. "Stay calm, it could be friendly," she urged as the creature emerged, its curious eyes glimmering with curiosity. The creature paused, looking up at them with innocent curiosity. "What if it's leading us to danger?" Ron whispered, worry creeping into his voice. "Or it could show us the way." Hermione argued, her adventurous spirit igniting. With a shared glance of determination, they decided to follow the enchanting creature deeper into the woods. The forest seemed to transform with every step, as if it were alive and aware of their presence. "Look at this place!" Hermione exclaimed, eyes wide with wonder, as they entered the grove. The ruins whispered stories of old magic, enticing them with secrets waiting to be uncovered. At the heart of the grove, a grand stone pillar dominated the landscape, its runes shimmering with an otherworldly light. "This must be where the time traveller left a warning," Hermione speculated, tracing her fingers along the inscriptions. "We need to decipher this before it's too late," Ron urged, anxiety creeping back into his voice. As Hermione leaned closer, the runes began to emit a soft hum, resonating with a rhythm that felt almost alive. "I think I've got it!" she exclaimed, excitement mingling with urgency. Meanwhile, dark clouds rolled in overhead, threatening to disrupt their vital quest and shrouding the grove in foreboding energy. Suddenly, a crack of thunder echoed through the air, shaking the ground beneath their feet. "We need to hurry!" Ron shouted, fear mingling with determination. Hermione's eyes sparkled with fervor as she concentrated on the runes, her voice urgent as she read aloud the ominous warning about a disaster that would soon unravel.